Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a good looking puzzle in front of us. Actually, it's a, I'll say it's like a prequel to one that we did last week. Excuse me. So I posted one and I can't remember the name of it now. Oh, it's called One More Time, I think it was, by Jonesy. And they had come into the comments and noted some things about, and this one was a kind of the first one of those types of ones. And I actually remember I've opened up this puzzle before, and I didn't realize that it was the same creator from the other one. So I was like, I'm not going to do that one. It's almost the exact same thing as this other puzzle we've done. But now that I know it's from this, I've realized it's from the same creator. I'm going to give it a go. Kind of go back into this one a little bit. Now, this one is supposed to be a little bit harder than the first one that we did. And I think they said that they mellowed down that previous one to make it a little bit easier. So this one should have a little bit more difficulty in it. Well, not a lot. It's only like a 2 out of 5 star or something like that. But hopefully it'll be just as fun as the first one was, because that one was quite fun. But with that said, let's jump into this thing, see what the rules are and all of that good stuff. So, hello. Again, breaking even by Jonesy. We've got normal Sudoku. So every row, column, and 3x3 box will contain the digits 1 through 9 once each. We've got digits in a cage, some of the small clue given its top left corner. Digits do not repeat within a cage, so that's killer cage rules. These led to 22, these to 19, these to 19, etc., etc. And then we have the main crux of the rule set that was the same as the previous one, which is within each 3x3 box, all digits belong to the same cage segment. The part of the cage inside that box must have the same parity, either all odd or all even. A cage may change parity when it crosses a 3x3 box boundary, but this is not required. So if you think about this 23 clue, these three are going to be of the same parity. They're either all odd or all even. And then, of course, the when they cross over here, it doesn't mean they have to be all. It doesn't have to stay the same. If this was odd, this could be even. If these were even, this could be odd. And there obviously are ways to help determine that by using basic math. The dog hasn't barked all day except for when I've turned this microphone on. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, those are all the rules, and we are told that we must have fun, so we are going to have some fun. And let's jump into it. Links in the description below, as always. All right, let's see where we're going to start here. We can leave it right there, so we have all the rules set up. The 22 cage, if I remember correctly, we had a 22 cage in the other puzzle, and there was some things about it that we used, i.e., no matter how you do a 22, it has to have a 9 on it, and it has to have 2 odd digits. Because if you think about 985 and 976 are the 2 options. You obviously can't go 876, it only gets you up to 21. So 976, 2 odd, 985, 2 odd. So these have to be the 2 odds. And then the other digit will be even. We know one of these is a 9. Oh, we actually have a 35. I didn't notice this. This is a given, 98765. And these can't be a 9, like we just said, because one of those is. Yeah, there's only one way to make 35 and 5 digits. It is 98765. Let's think about the 23 cage, maybe. And I was also told that coloring is helpful. So we're going to do some coloring today. Like I might have missed out on a little bit of logic there by not coloring, but you know how I like to do it. Anywho, let's look at these guys. Can we use the same logic? I think the answer is no, we can't. Because these could either be 3 evens and this would be an odd, or these would be 3 odds and this could be an even. What could they be if they were even, though? Let's think about those options, because if we do even, we've used all the evens up. They're going to have to be for some 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now, if you did 4, 6, 8, we're at 18. This could be a 5. That would be possible. If you did 8, 2, 4, you could be at 14. Which then couldn't work because you couldn't put a 9 here. 8, 4, 2, we just said 8, 6, 4, we said 8, 6, 2. 16, 17. Yeah, those all seem like they could be working. I wonder if there's more in here we should have gone through. What do we say these were? These were either the 9, 7, or 9, 5, right? And these were either a 6 or an 8. Yes, that is helpful. Okay, we have to come at this from a different angle. What can these be? They're either both even or both odd. They can't both be odd, because if they are, it's a 5, 7 pair. What do you put up here? You can't. Okay. These are even, which means these are not 6s and 8s, and these are all odd. Good. Now let's start thinking more about this one, because we now can't use any of the ones that use the 8 and the 6 together. So we could do 8, 4, 2, like we said, but again, we can't do that one because this would be a 9. Or we can go 6, 4, 2, which is, I think a bug on me or something like that, sorry, is 12, which isn't enough to get this working. Okay, so these are odd. This will be an even digit. It'll either be a 2 or a 4. So let's look at what these guys could be. 1, 3, 5, 7s, and 9s. Now this cannot be 9, 7, 5 because it would break this. What would the case be if it was, just to see what the values work at? 9, 7, 5, we're looking at 21. This would have to be a 2, so this can't be a 2. It is a 4 then. And if it's a 4, these have to add to 19. The only way to do that is 9, 7, 3. So that's what that is. This is 5. These are not 5s. That's a 7, 9 says you are 5, and you are 9. Now these are 14, so this has to be the 8. Good. All right. Made some progress there. Can we get into what you guys can be? Because again, these are all either all even or all odds. Now, if they're all odd, it would mean these two are given as a 1, 5, because we've already used 3, 7, 9. 1, 5, that would work, I think. Because if those are, then we'd be done with all of our odds. These would all, oh, that doesn't work. Look at it that way. We don't have to get into the digits sometimes. If these are all odd, well, that means odd is done in this row. These would all be even. You can't put 5 evens in a region. These are even. Now, if these are even, this has to be odd. And, oh, 5, where does the 5 go? It has to go here. So, okay, these are even, so they're from 2, 6, or 8. This is from 2 or 4. This is odd, by the way. One of these will be even, and it has to be the 2, which means these are not 2s. So this is 6 or 8. So that's 14 right there. 14 plus 2 gets us to 16. This could be 3. 14 plus 4 gets us to 18. This could be a 1. Actually, we just know what these are now, too. If we look back at the row, this is a 1, 2 pair. So we're done with our evens. So these both are odd. One of these is the even, one of these is the final odd. These are a 3, 7 pair. Let's put those in and see maybe what that does to 19. Because now if we go here, we can't go here. How would we ever make these work? We can't use 3, 7, or 9. Well, it only leaves 1 and 5 left over of possible oddness, so these have to be even. And again, if these are even, just like over here, this is odd, and this will be 1, 5, or 9, I guess. These will be from 2, 4, 6, 8. Guess we can put those in. Can we do any math there? 8, 4, 6, be 18, excuse me, I can do math. That would be the 1, 8, 4, 2, 14 be a 5, 6, 4, 2. I'm just trying to throw out some options through here, see if anything doesn't seem like it wants to work. 2, 4, 6 is 12, so this would be a Oh, it can't be 2, 4, 6, I guess. Because then this would have to be a 7. So I guess what that means, there is an 8 on this. I don't know if that helps or not, but there it is. All right, let's look over here. Where does the 9 go? Can't go any of these, so it's one of these two. Can't put a 9 on a 4-cell 12 cage. Go away. You're 9 and odd. All right, so one of these is odd. The other two are even. No, 2 of you are odd. 1 of you is even. Okay. What do we got in here? Can we work anything out? 7 is another one. Same thing as the 9, actually. Can't put a 7 on a 4-cell 12 cage because you'd have 3 cells left over that have to add to 5. You can't do that. And the 3, 7, 9 says those two can't be. This is our 7 and 3. So what are you guys now? 1, 2, 4, and 3. Let's see how we can make those work, because these can't be. I should just stick with this middle cage. This is the 3. Hello. You're orange. I.e. odd. One of these will be a 1. Do anything up here we can work with? 4. There will be a 6 up there, and that's, I think, the limit of that determination. Let's see. Can we work any of these guys out? This now is 3, so these guys have to add to 9. And again, these will both be of the same. Okay, this just has to be odd. Because if these are both odd, that's even. This turns it odd. We have to get back to even, so we need another odd. These are both even. This is odd. We have to have another odd to get it back to even. This is the 1. This is even. You're odd. These are, oh, these were just all even anyway. I guess 2, 4, 6. There's going to be a 1 and a 7 up here somewhere. Don't think we can pick apart those yet at the moment. Can we get into this 20 cage? If that's even, these all have to be even. You can't put 3 odd digits in here and still make an even total. So these are even. Now this can't be even because we can't put 6 evens in a region, so those are odd. Okay. So these are from 2, 4, 6, 8, shush phone, which is 20, by the way. We could have just thought of that. These have to be from the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. And this can't be 7, 9, or 5. Now what about the 20? We have 4 of the odd digits. Wait, did I do? Hold on. These have, this one doesn't have to be odd, does it? 1, odd, even, odd. This would be even. Would it be even? Hold on. No, it has to be odd. Okay. Goodness gracious. These two are odd. They get us into an even territory. This turns it odd. We need another odd to turn it even. Okay. That was correct. These are 1, 3. These are from 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Again, we have 4 of our 5 odds. What do all the odds add together? I don't think I've ever looked that up. Well, it's 25, isn't it? So the 5 can't be on here. So these are 1, 3, 7, 9. One of these is a 5. One of these is a 5. These two here will have to, well, all 3 of these will have to be from the same parity, but you can't make these even because we already have 3 evens. You're not 8 either, by the way. So these are odd. Even, odd. This has to be an even digit to maintain oddness. 3, 5. We know there's a 5 down there. 1, 3, 7. No, we don't know which one these are necessarily. One of these is odd, one of these is even. Don't think I know what those are at the moment. What about you? Let's go back to you. Because we know these are either both odd or both the words wouldn't come even. No, they can't be odd because you'd have the lowest you could ever put here would be 7, 9. That's never going to work. These are even. So these are from 2, 4, 6, 8. Can we Eliminate stuff? Because we're already at 4. Yeah, we can't put an 8 in here because we'd already be at 12 before we use the last digit. Okay. So these have to add to 8. They have to be a 2, 6. Just period. End of story. Let's stop making this complicated. These are an X-wing on 6s then, so these are not 6s. We don't know about the rest of them though. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 evens. These are all odd. Don't quite have the same thing going on here. We know one of those is odd, one of those is even. You're either 1, 3, or 5. You're either 1, 3, 5, or 7. I don't know if I like these guys. I don't think putting anything in here is helping us. That's what I'm trying to say. One of these will have a 5 on it though, which means one of these is a 5. Okay, we've got 5s floating around. Let's keep going on some of these guys. Can we do anything with this 18 clue? If these were both even, they would be a 4, 8. That's not going to work. Because obviously we've already used the 2, 6, so you have to use 4 and 8. That gets you to 12. Well, what is this? 6. Can't be. These are odd. Now, if these are both odd, this has to be even. And there has to be a 5 in this guy. If we think about, we've used all of our odds, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, which means these are all evens, and we can get rid of those 5s as well. Good. So this has a 5 on it. What else do we have to put with it? Can't put a 1, can't put a 3, so it's 5, 7, or 9. You're not 9. Oh, you just are the 5, by the way. Look at Sudoku. 1, 3, 7, 9, which means there are 1s and 3s in this portion. This can't be 1s or 3s. Okay. This guy, I don't think we know. Again, we can go down here with our 5s, but this now is 1, 3, or 7. Meh. This is 4 or 8. 2, 4, 6. What is this? 2, 4, or... No, wait. This is an 8. Just noticed that. Just a gimme. 8, 8. So that is 2, 4, 6 left over. This is 2, 4. Can't be 6 because we know one of those 2 is. Again, we should label things. 2, 4, 6, 8. One of these 2 is a 6. Can label that. This is odd. Label that. Let's see, this is odd. And again, this is going to be 1 odd, 1 even. All right, where does the 1 go in the central region? It has to be one of those 2, so this is the 3. This is now 1, 7, 9, so this is a 3, 5 pair. That forces this not to be a 3. Anything else that does? We also have an 8 that has to go down here. 1, 7, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8. No, I don't see much there. Let's think about this 18 and what the options are. if this was a 9, 5, we're at 14, this would have to be a 4. If it was 7, 5, we're at 12, it had to be 6, and it can't be that. So this is 4, 9. And you are the 9. You're not a 9. 1, 3, 7, okay. And then, what else? One of these two is an 8, which means that all of the evens will be taken, so this has to be odd. We still have one odd, one even up here. We have one odd, one even here. Okay, can we do anything with this 16 cage? Odds or evens? Oh, these can't be odds, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them already. So this is even. That puts us to even. These could be both odd or both even still. But this is odd, so it's not an 8. 3. This is odd, or even, excuse me. This is one odd, one even again. 1, 3, 5, 7. I know this could still be. All right, so we know there's an 8 on here, though, so this can't be 8, which means this is, and then this is. Can we just finish our 8s or anything? No, one of these is an 8. 8s, 8s, 8s. Got a lot of 8s, but not quite done. Okay, this is 2, 4, or 6. Let's try figuring out our math. This can't ever be a 6, because we'd be at 14 with 2 left with 2 digits. So this is the 6. You're not. One of these, excuse me. One of these is the 6. So that is 6. Let's put that in. Been talking way too much today. My throat's about to go. This is 7 or 9. And then what can we do? You are just a 2. 4, 8, and 6 all look into it. So you're 4, 2. You are a 4, 6. You're not a 2. Okay, now we're at 12. So these two have to add to 4. So they are a 1, 3, and they are odd. This 3 says that is 1, 3. You're not 3. You are the 7. It's the only thing left we can put there. One of those will be our 1. Anything else we can put in just yet? Not necessarily. Okay. Maths. Let's go into maybe the 17, because I think it's the last one we actually have here to work with. Yeah, it looks like. So, 1, 3, 5, 7s, and 9s. These can't be 5s. These can't be a 9. 1, 3. There's nothing given on these guys. What about you? You can't be 8 or 4, so you're 2 or 6. Can this be a 2 or a 6? The answer is yes. If this is a 6, this is 7, 3, 1. If this is 2, this is 15? That won't work, will it? How would we ever make... Oh, the 5 here. Sorry, I was looking at the 1, 3, 7. Now I was like, you can't make 15. This could be the 5, and this could be the 1, 9, or the 3, 7. Okay, so that seems like it all works as well. Can we finish some coloring? Is there anything we can do there? Again, I think we have these bits and bobs of... No, that could still be the even, right? Just trying to see how it would work on this guy. This can't be a 3, so this is a 1, 5 pair. Haven't looked over here in a few minutes. That's going to give us our 2, 1. So let's put our coloring there. That means there is a 2 in one of these. could go with the 8. This is either 4, 6, or 8 still. We need a 1 and something even. Let's put the 1 in. This is not a 1 anymore. Okay, let's try some Sudoku. I haven't really gone into that yet. I was thinking we might get through all of our... Oh, you can't be 1 or 3. Just saw that right there. So if this is 7 or 9, I don't think that does much for us. Yeah, okay. Back to Sudoku, like I said. I didn't think we were going to have something until we got our coloring done, but I'm going to give it a look. See if we can find something that maybe just is sticking out at us. One of these will be a 3. Three places there, 2 places there, no. One of these 2 is a 4. That doesn't really tell us anything, but I'll write it in, I guess. We know a bunch of the 5s down here. Don't have a lot of 6s. We have pairs of 6s. 7s are in the same ballpark, really. One of those is 7s, 8s maybe. Looks like it's gonna... Oh wait, we do. Well, we have a little bit of something. We have an X-Wing on 8s. This can't be 8. But we already knew there was an 8 over here. I just didn't remove that option. Okay, let's go back to this then. And then 9s. We don't have anything. Oh, the 9. There it is. This is 7. Why is it always the last digit we look at? I don't know. Can we do anything with that then? That's a 5, 9. One of those. Oh, this is a 7, 9 pair. I didn't even notice. That's not 7. That's not 9. We're getting closer to this guy. Let's do one last round. 7. We can now do more with the 7. This is our 7. So this is a 5, 7, 9 trip, which forces these to be 2 and 6, which we can do. 6, 2. And let's color these guys in. These are all odd. This becomes 8, 6. We might be able to finalize, well, we already knew what those were, so I don't think we can finalize the math on that yet. Okay. One last little look and then we'll jump into something else. I think we're about as far as we can go here. Okay. What's next? Let's try some maths. Let's find something else to work with. Let's go back to here because you've been reduced fairly significantly. Can we make a judgment on these guys? If you are a 7, means the rest have to add to 10. 1, 3, 6, 5, 3, 2. There's options. If you're 9, they have to add to 8, which would be 1, 2, 5. It's the only way to make it work, but again, there's options there, so that's not really helping us any. I don't think we could do this guy because you had 14 right here, so these guys have to add to 5. 2, 3, or 1, 4 all work. Do we have any other X-Wings or something like that we can get into? Most 6s. Don't actually see anything. Curiously, what are these 3 digits? 1, 2, 4? Can we get anything to work with that? Doesn't really look like it, does it? We've done all of our math, haven't we? Except for finalizing this guy. And this guy needs a little bit more work. Alright, let's keep thinking about this guy then. We know... Oh wait, we already know it has a 2 and an 8 on it. So let's think about that. That's 10. So we need to get 9 That's what it is. This is the 5. And then it has to have a 4 with it. So there's no 6 on this bad boy, which means you are. Okay. We had to just jump into the math. Let's get rid of stuff. We're doing okay for time, so that's fine. Let's see. What then now? Oh, we can finish this off. This is the 4. These are not 5s, and that's not the 4. What are these 2 digits? 6 and 9. Doesn't exactly get us there. The 8, though, now does, so we can do 8 and 1. Perfect. 3, 5. Now we should be able to do this. This is 8. This has to be 7. That gets us to 15, so this is our 2. Good. You're not 7. You're not 5. You're not 5. You are 5. You're not. Neither of you are 5s. This is 9, 7, 9. We'll use our notes. We put them there for a reason. This is a 1, 6. So you're the 6. You're the 1. 9, 6. Let's get the evens and odds colored while we have them. You are a given odd, and it is 3. 3. You're a given odd, and you're 7. These are both odds. Let's put those guys in. Okay. Now, so yeah, here we go. I was going to say something has to be open. 1, 7, 3, 9, 7. That all looks good. Do any of these guys cross over at all? We might have to just jump into Sudoku. You're not a 2. What are you 2? Just 1 and 4? Doesn't actually tell me a whole lot, does it? No 8s. One of these is an 8. Okay, what are we doing here? We can probably just do the math on this. Yeah, we can. This is a 4, 6, so this is the 2. There we go. Again, just have to look. That's a 4, that's an 8, that's a 4, that's a 2 and an 8. You're not the 8, the 6, 2, 4, 6. These are 1, 3s, and 4s. That can't be a 4, so this is that 4. That's even, that's odd. This is a 2, so you're a 1. Even, odd. And somehow we're going to have to sort these out. Let's use math. That's 18. This is 1. 3, 5, 3, 5, 1. There we go. Thanks for playing. How about some noodle soup? Actually does sound kind of good. Might try that later. Congrats, you won. So 193 solves. That's not that many in the week and a half that's been out. Good puzzle. I wouldn't say overly difficult. You just had to kind of get into and start doing the maths, at least from the way that it worked out for me, I guess. Fun puzzle. Really did enjoy that one. I enjoyed it just as much as the other one, and it did have a little bit more difficulty to it, I guess, but not a whole lot more. If there's another one of these, I might have to go check it out, see if we get anything even harder that I can try to dig into a little bit. But anyway, fun puzzle, as the previous one was. Hope you all enjoyed this one as usual. All the stuff down there, that helps this channel. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.